Folks are also from Cherokee County, and I'll let them kind of introduce themselves a little bit. So please, they're just regular citizens. I contacted them just within the past 24 hours, so please give them your attention and your respect. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Nick Machina. This is my wife Lisa, and I've been elected to speak because she doesn't know. I know it's not a time for laughing, but just to tell you, our story is basically on May 1st, 2012, my 16-year-old boy, teenage boy, just like everyone else's teenage boy, which meant that sometimes he was sad, sometimes he was happy, sometimes he was a great kid, and sometimes he was a pain in the butt, just like most 16-year-old teenage kids are. Decided one day that he and I got in a little bit of argument and decided to threaten to kill himself. And I was not home at the time, and my wife was home, and I was fearful that she would get into a tussle with him and something bad would happen. So I advised her to call the Cherokee County Sheriff's Department. And until the day I die, that will be the worst decision. I can't tell you the outcome of that decision and what it's meant to me. Instead of showing up and being instead of the Cherokee Sheriff's Department showing up with people that knew how to deal with young teenagers who were going through some mental issues, they showed up with a small army. And within 70 minutes, they had surrounded my house with every type of weapon, gun, shield, armor, helmet, you name it, it was there. We had tanks, we had remote centers, we had fire engines, and a sniper decided that it was time to end it and shot my son in the back in his own door. And he died on our step. Oh, shit. And he bled to death on the steps that he used to walk up to every day after he said goodnight to his mom and dad. And just like most people, we're not political. I'll be honest with you, we don't even understand half the things you guys are talking about. We're just people that went to work every day and tried to raise our kid, and we respected the police. And it was like we walked through a mirror. It was like our eyes are open now, and it's very sad. I wish I could go back, but we can't. The fact is that we thought the police were there to help us. We thought they were going to help us save our son from himself. And instead they killed him. And we see it happen every day. We see it happen to a little boy who was playing a Wii game and was shot dead by a sheriff's deputy. We see this poor baby, face was blown up. We could talk about the politics of it. We could talk about the militarization of the police. It's an attitude. It's an attitude that is so much different than when I grew up. You know, when police were there to protect and serve, and I think they need to take that off their cars now, because that's not what they're here to do anymore. They're here to enforce the letter of the law and do it in a way that they do not expose themselves to any danger. And if that means using excessive force to shock and awe, I think that's what it is called, or blitzkrieg, or whatever you call it, normal citizens, I don't have an answer for it. I wish I did. I wish I had something that would, you know, I wish I had the words of an Abraham Lincoln that could move people to action. I'm sorry to say that this happens every couple months, and people read it, and then they flip the page to the sports to see what the Braves are doing. And it's only people like you that show up, that care. But frankly, there's a whole group of people out there looking at us like we're nuts. We're the freaks. We're weirdos. And I'll be honest with you, if my son hadn't died and I passed by, I'd probably be thinking the same thing. We've all walked through a mirror that we can't go back. All I can ask you to do is don't let this case die the same way my son's case died, and the same way that little boy that died because he was playing a video game. Don't let it go. The bodies will continue to pile up until someone does something. It's not about politics. It's not about us against them. It's about being human beings and caring about people. And the police have gotten away from that, and it's very sad because the police are people too. And I don't understand it. I don't have the answer. But it's not going to come from within. It's going to come from without. People gotta change it because they're not gonna change it. Don't let this case go down. Good people, keep fighting it, and help these people get justice, and maybe something will happen. I don't have anything else to say.